So we have the Omkar and Bad Story. The first question from the Codeforces Round 724 for the revision 2. The problem statement states that Omkar has received a message from Anton saying that your story for problem A is confusing. Just make a formal statement. Because of this, Omkar gives us an array of n integers, and an array B is called nice for if for any two distinct elements bi, bj of B, bi minus bj appears in B at least once. So in addition, all the elements must in B must be distinct. Can you add several, maybe zero integers to it to create a nice array of B of size at most 300? If A is already nice, you don't have to add any elements. For example, the array 369 is nice as 3 minus 6, and 9 minus 6 is 3, and also 9 minus 3 is 6, all of which are already present in the array. So 42069 is not a nice array, as 9 minus 4, absolute value of 9 minus 4, that is 5, is not present in the array. So for the integers x minus y, this is the just the definition of absolute value. And so what we will get is, for each test we will get an array of the number of elements in the array and the array itself, and we need to just output if the if an array which is nice can be made from adding some or a few or no elements to the given array at most we can have 300 elements in the final array. So this was the first question, and as always this was a relatively easy question, just some intuition was needed. So basically, the logic for this question is that let's say we have A1, A2, A3, and these are the input numbers of the input array. And after that, let us say we take any two elements like A1 and some other element, and let's say we name them x comma y. So basically, some element of one of x or y must be greater from each other, as all of them initially also in the input also are distinct. So let us assume without loss of generality that x is greater than y. So then we must have x minus y, x, y, which x and y are already in the array, but we must have x minus y also in the array after the adding of few elements. So, but also let us we don't know whether x minus y is greater than x or greater than y or anything. So we must have some relation between them, and at the end we can see that ax minus by, where this number is less than x and also less than y. So ax minus by, where this number is so the absolute value of ax minus by, where the absolute value of this number is less than x and also less than y, must appear in this array. So at the end, the minimum number that will appear in this array and will be the minimum number that we can get after adding some numbers of x and subtracting some numbers of y. So basically, what we see is that as the size of input array is limited to, I think so, we have the size of input array limited to 100 integers, and also the n integers are limited between minus 100 and 100. So basically, as the difference between any two distinct integers can be a has a minimum absolute value of 1. So basically, an array starting from the minimum value that can be set as 0 to the maximum value that occurs in this array should satisfy the condition as all the differences, like the maximum differences, maximum value minus 0, that also occurs as max, and maximum value minus 1, that also occurs as max minus 1, and this array should satisfy the given conditions. So, but only the difference would be in the case if, let us say, some element x is minus 1. For example, let us say some element x is equal to minus 1. This is x, and any element y. So it can be 0, 1, 2, any element y. So in this case, let's see what y minus x yields. This is the absolute value of y minus x. So this yields 1. So this value 1 is also in the array. Let us say this is for x, y equal to 0 and x is equal to minus 1. So this value must also be in the array. Let us say we have now the array minus 1 0 1. Now 1 minus 1, this value that is equal to 2 must also be in this array. So this value must also be in this array. So we now get an array of minus 1 0 1 2. So basically this will go on increasing till infinity. So if any negative value is occurs in this array, so the output is not possible. The output array is not possible to be nice. So basically, let us say we had only a two elements, that is minus 2 and minus 1. After after changing the after subtracting these two elements and taking the absolute value, we have one. So we will have one in this case. So now, but we see difference of minus 2 and 1, which is 3. So this will go on increasing, and this will also go on increasing, and in this case also. So any negative value defies the possibility of any resultant nicer. So the code is also really simple. So basically, we take the input array, and after that we start with mx is equal to this. This will store the max value, and after that, if any element where any element of the array is less than 0, we will output a no and just return the function. And if it's not, we will go on to maximizing mx with respect to the element of the array. So after that, we will output yes, because we have a possible array and no and a number was negative, and then we will output the number mx plus 1, which is the size of the array, because we started 0 and we ended mx. So basically this is for that, and after that we output the array, which can be done simply by by iterating from 0 to mx including, and then outputting each integer with the space, and then outputting a line end. So basically, as you can see, we have the input over here and the output over here, and let us see if our code works fine in this submission also. So basically, as you can see, the contest is still going on, and my system testing is going on. So basically, this code, I can't test the code right now. So basically, you can see the first question was answered. Thank you.